Welcome into the Devil's Digest post-game show following Arizona State's 74-70 loss here at Desert Financial Arena to TCU. ASU is now 3-11 in Big 12 play and 12-13 overall. As always, I'm Justin Lesertosa. That's Ryan Myers. And Ryan, this was a game just like a lot of ASU games that we've seen throughout the season where they were in the game for a large portion, but even BJ Freeman said there were points where they had to play catch-up through those first 4 minutes of each half. Didn't really come out with the fire that they needed. And there were some positive moments throughout this game, but also some negative moments as well. Adam Miller gets ejected, and then it seemed like things sort of spiral from there. What did you see from this team?
Yeah, Justin, it's another loss that's a close one, right? Arizona State now has only 2 wins in their last 11 games, and then they've lost 7 of their last 9 games by 10 points or less. So every game's they've been right in it. They've been close. They've been able to get down to the wire. This possession came down to the last minute of the game, and it's the most obscure individual errors and late game execution problems that went wrong for them today. We saw a shot from Reynolds at the last moment of the game bounce off the back rim and sink. A shot that you almost never see happen in basketball. The ball duds, falls in, and then TCU goes up by 3 points. And then after that play, Bashir Jihad was literally so close to being right behind the line when he inbounded the ball. He was in a rush. He tries to get the ball over the line quickly, and by doing so, he forces a turnover because his foot was on the line. You cannot do that. And that fact that was called at the last moment of the game just kind of encapsulates how difficult it has been for this team to come away with wins over the last few weeks and even months.
Yeah, you mentioned some of those little mental miscues that kind of forced Arizona State to lose this game. A 6th straight home loss. ASU hasn't won on this home floor since January 4th against Colorado. And again, little things, but some positives offensively. BJ Freeman had 21 points. And there are a couple other double-digit scores within there. What'd you like out of ASU?
Yeah, I really like the play of Sean Phillips Jr. lately. He had a great game today, scored 12 points, grabbed 8 rebounds, was 6 of 8 from the field shooting-wise. He also had a couple of big blocks and rim protective actions at the end of this game. For Phillips Jr., a big part of his game lately has been stepping up for the loss and absence of 5-star freshman Jaden Quaidens, who's been out because of an ankle injury, and the way he's been able to play and not only fit in the lineup but excel over the last couple of games against Texas Tech and then now today against TCU. It was really impressive to see him play a good brand of basketball. Alston Mason as well, even though his shooting splits have not been where you might want them to be for the 3-level scoring point guard, he's played 163 minutes in 4 games. He's averaging over 40 minutes played a contest. Today he didn't come out of the game, and Bobby Hurley even made a joke that Alston Mason had asked to come out of the game and didn't take him out. He finished today with 12 points and 9 assists, a really solid performance from the point guard, and he's been able to kind of lead the offense for a lot of these games. All against Texas Tech, he had a great game despite the fact that ASU ended up losing in double overtime. So a couple of guys have been able to play pretty well. Obviously, BJ Freeman had 21 points to add to his own stats as well. But it's just one of those situations now where they got to put it all together for a cohesive game. The bench didn't produce enough. They only had 10 combined bench points. Amir Ali was good. He had 7. Joe Sandin, they've been struggling to find him and get him in a rhythm lately. He only scored 3 points today. And then Adam Miller only had 4 points before he got ejected. So a lot of guys that need to kind of step up and create a cohesive unit for them in order for them to win games.
And Ryan, the road doesn't get any easier for Arizona State. 6 games left on the season. And the next one here at Desert Financial Arena on Tuesday against number 6 Houston. What do you expect to see from ASU out of yet another top-notch opponent in the Big 12?
They'll have to guard, and we saw they did a little bit of that against Texas Tech, but not enough. When you're playing one of the best teams in the country, a perennial powerhouse, you can't make the game a shootout, especially because Houston is one of the best defensive programs in the country. They do a good job of forcing difficult shots. They turn teams over, and their scoring margin is massive because they can really get in a roll and kind of put teams in the dirt when they get going. So it'll be another tough game for ASU. The biggest thing for them is going to be, honestly, health. It sucks to say that, but with Quaidens out of the lineup still for an inevitable amount of time, until he gets back in the team and he's able to protect the paint and do what he does on the offensive end as well, ASU is really going to struggle in order to get these victories they need to maybe get a final season push for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, Ryan, BJ Freeman provided ASU fans with a message after the game. 6 games left in the regular season and then the Big 12 tournament. So time to turn things around, but not a lot, and that starts on Tuesday against number 6 Houston. We'll be there with all the coverage, so to stay tuned for all of that, go to DevilsDigest.com. Follow Devil's Digest on Twitter at Devil's Digest. As always, I'm Justin Lesertosa. That's Ryan Myers. We'll talk to you guys soon.